In this video, we're gonna talk all about how to start making money as a freelancer in 2026, even if you don't have a referral network, you don't have a portfolio, you don't have a website, you don't have an LLC, because truthfully, you really don't need most of those to get started making money today as a freelancer. So I've been doing this for 6 years. I do it full-time now. And the good news is that every freelancer at one point was in your position, overcoming the obstacles of not having a referral network, not having a portfolio, not having very much experience. And so you're in good company. So every freelancer who's ever become successful has had to pass through what you're passing through now. If you're watching this and you're just getting started in your freelance career. Now, I am gonna assume, for the sake of this video, that you have a skill that is in demand, at least somewhat, and that you are better at that skill than the general population, okay? I'll probably make a different video about what I recommend as the best skills to invest in for freelancers, but I'm just gonna assume for the sake of this video that you know that skill for you, that you have that skill, that brands are willing to pay you for that skill, or that brands will pay other people like you for that skill, and that you are at least moderately good at it. You don't have to be an expert, but at least moderately good. So, like I mentioned, the biggest obstacles that beginners have to overcome when they get started with freelancing is that they don't have a referral network, which is by far the most valuable thing you can have as a freelancer to get continual gigs. To form continual relationships, or to form relationships that provide continual work is really a better way to put it. You probably don't have a portfolio yet, and you don't have very much experience yet, but we can fix those things, and I'm gonna tell you the exact process that I would go through to start getting work, to start building relationships, and to start building systems. Now, that's a really big key differentiating factor and a mindset shift that I want you to have as you're getting into this. So I don't want you to think so much about getting gigs as I do want you to think more about building systems. And the reason is because getting a gig as a freelancer, it kind of implies this sort of transactional one-time thing. Where you do a job and you get money for that job, and then the relationship is over. And that's fine, but as a freelancer, one of the most important things you need to be doing is constantly filling your pipeline. And so a better way to think about it, in my opinion, is to build systems, okay? And the two big systems that you want to build, and the reason we build systems is because systems are things that work for us continuously. Maybe we have to put an input into them, but we put an input in, we get an output out, and it's something reliable and repeatable that keeps the work flowing. So the two systems that I would coach you to build, if we were just having a conversation, is an inbound system and an outbound system. So an inbound system is a system where leads, prospects, potential client relationships are coming to you through a variety of means. And an outbound system is a system in which you are reaching out to these potential prospects, and you are the one that is doing the outbound pitches. Before we do any of that though, there's one thing I want you to do that's kind of like a step zero. I want you to go, if you've never done this, if you're starting your freelance career, trying to make some money, maybe you want to turn this into a full-time thing. Maybe this is just something that you want to do on the side for some extra cash, which is great. Go on your social network of choice where all your friends and family hang out. I'm talking about your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your grandma, your mom. For me, that was Facebook. I'm a millennial. For you, if you're, Gen Z or Alpha, probably going to be Instagram, something else. And I want you to go, and I just want you to send out an earnest message letting people know what you're doing. The reason I want you to do this is because you would be shocked And I know there's a lot of assumptions like, I don't really have any business owners. There's nobody in my network that can help me. My aunts and uncles and mom, like nobody goes on my Facebook. There's nobody can help me. There have been so many occasions where someone puts out a message. Hey, I just want to let you guys know, I am starting my career as a short form video editor, which by the way is one of the best freelance skills to pursue right now. I'm starting my career as a short form video editor, and I just want to let you guys know this is something I've been, very passionate about for a while. I really want to do this. If you know anyone, either you or in your circles that has a business that wants to advance their business using short form video on Instagram and TikTok and, even Facebook Shorts and things like that, YouTube Shorts, please connect us. I'd be happy to have a conversation with them and give them a good deal as I'm starting my business. I promise you, there have been so many careers that have been started by a message like that, because you never know who, your aunt knows someone from her Bible study who owns a business, or your cousin is marrying a girl who, is trying to start up a counseling practice, and so she needs help with this, that. I mean, there are so many connections, way more than you think. So it's free, it takes hardly any time at all, and it is one of the most low cost, low effort, potentially high reward things that you can do. And also just start bringing it up in conversation. So I was at the chiropractor years and years and years ago, and I had told someone, an old friend that I ran into at the doctor's office there, that I was starting a freelance business. And she was like, oh, my husband works for a company that may need the services that you're describing. I'll connect you. And she connected us, and it was like, this is incredible. So when people ask you, hey, how are you? What's new at the gym or at church or whatever, just start bringing it up. Don't sell them, but just say hey, this is something I'm really excited about. I'm starting this new passion of mine, and I'm really trying to make it happen. I mean, you would be shocked how people who love you and know you and trust you, they don't need to see any of your work, because you probably don't have anything yet, will be more than happy to connect you and to basically help make something happen for you. Okay, so you get the point. Message on Facebook or whatever platform you use. Second thing, okay, let's talk about the inbound engine, because this is probably the most important thing that you'll ever do. Not to be dramatic or overstate anything, not to be hyperbolic, but the most important thing you'll ever do in your entire life is build your inbound engine. So your inbound engine is going to be the thing where people find you, reach out to you, and you have a steady flow of inbound leads coming. So since I've built my inbound engine on YouTube, and a little bit on LinkedIn as I'm working on as well, I have not had to reach out or prospect for any gigs. And it's not because I'm super smart or talented or I'm the best in my field, because I'm genuinely not. It's just because I've built this engine where people are continually reaching out to me. So my recommendation is this: you put out your Facebook message. Next thing you do, start creating content on the social media platform of your choosing, wherever your audience hangs out, whatever you're most comfortable on, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. I probably recommend YouTube, honestly. Start creating content, doing the thing that you want to be hired for. If you are a short form video editor, show yourself editing short form video for brands, the entire process you're going through, what you're learning, the end product. If you don't want to show your face on camera, you don't have to do that. You can literally just do a screen capture on a free screen capture software on your PC or your Mac, voiceover, and that's it. And you're good to go. And start creating content now. You're not trying to go viral. You're not trying to be Mr. Beast. You're just trying to do three things. The first thing is you're trying to build authority. You're trying to show people that you know what you're talking about and that you're trustworthy and that you can deliver on the skills that they're hiring you for. Two is you're trying to build your portfolio. So creating content is one of the best ways to start building your body of work. If you're a logo designer, go find 5 brands and go redesign their logos and then document the entire process on Instagram or YouTube. If you're a meta ads creator, go through and create a bunch of fake ads for big popular brands showing, explaining why they would convert so well. I mean, if you do this, you're not only going to be light years ahead of all the people who are just like casually trying this out, you know, and giving up after a couple months. But you're showing people that you're authoritative, you're building your portfolio, you're building your expertise, and who knows, you might send your stuff to those big brands and they might say, hey, we want you to come on board. We want you to do this for us, you know, that sort of thing. So the second thing, so that's your inbound content engine, very important, the inbound engine that's going to bring you leads. The second thing that you need to start doing is considering job boards. So this is your outbound content engine, right? So a lot of people will there's like this culture of kind of turning your nose up at job boards, like Upwork, for example. I don't recommend Fiverr. I've heard some horror stories from Fiverr. I'd stay away. There's two ways to be successful on Upwork in my experience. The first is you can just play a volume game. You can just blast applications out to every single person who, you know, has a job posting that's even remotely close to what you want to do. That's the first way, right? I don't recommend that way. A better way, in my opinion, whoa, almost just fell down this hill. Okay, we're good. A better way, in my opinion, is to go deep, is to go well beyond what everyone else is doing to truly stand out. And I'll give you an example. So in 2021, I was trying to get some stuff off the ground. I had churned one client. And so I was like, you know what? I think I want to do a little outbound, try to get some work. I went on Upwork. I found a site. I found a brand that needed help. I found their website from the Upwork job posting. Now, what they wanted was a complete SEO audit of their site from top to bottom. And what I did was I went and I basically did like half or 3/4 of what the job application was requesting of an audit. And I put it together in a super professional looking report, and I recorded a video call, or I recorded a video recording. I sent it to them. I said, here's the audit, here's all my findings. And the business, the brand, was so blown away by that they said, hey, listen, this was incredible. You didn't need to do all this. We already hired someone for the audit, but we're so blown away by what you've done here that we would actually love to hire you to do continual SEO work for us. And so that's why I think when you look at Upwork, I think a lot of people kind of look at it as more commoditized and not really a serious platform for freelancers. Don't view it as like, hey, I'm gonna get this gig and then it's gonna be over. View it as building relationships, because that brand that I was just describing in Upwork, we ended up taking our relationship off of Upwork. We worked together for, I think, a year. He ended up referring me to a bunch of other clients. So the important thing is building the relationship, not just the one-off transactional gig on Upwork. So I would encourage you, as you're building your outbound engine, to think more along those lines. So between your friends and family touch points, between the inbound engine that you're building, I would be consistent with that. Aim to put something out into the world at least like once or twice a month, ideally much more than that in the beginning. And then between the outbound engine that you're building by consistently going on these job sites and going above and beyond with these listings, honestly, I don't see a world in which you lose in that scenario. Like, if you're consistent with that, it's gonna take some time. It could take a few months, but you will absolutely start getting traction and start making extra money online as a freelancer. You don't need a website. You don't need an LLC. You don't even need a portfolio to get started, although you do want to be building it. And you don't need a referral network, although you'll definitely want to be building that too. All of this can be done right now. Many of those things I just described, especially a website and an LLC, huge distractions, and all they're doing is wasting your time. But once you start building that referral network, once you start getting the inbound content going, honestly, I think you're gonna find that the quality of your inbound leads are gonna be so much higher than the quality of your outbound leads, and you're in such a more powerful sales position when people are coming to you versus when you're coming to them. That's a whole different conversation, which I'm gonna talk about in the next video when I talk about how to actually sell your services. So if you like this stuff, if you like If you like content like this that hopefully helps you advance your freelance career, I'd love if you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and the next one that's coming, like I said, is gonna be all about how to sell your services. I hope to see you guys then. Best of luck. Until next time.